There's a lot to talk about today too. Some stuff to
Hold
cover.
on, wait. Why am I looking at Frank Gore Jr. on the screen right now?
Oh God, that's a cool cat thing, man.
Cool Cat, you like Frank Gore Jr.?
I only added him over there because I think that's one of the people Moan talked to. So
Okay.
yeah, I just want to add something to the thumbnail. I mean, so yeah, welcome to the show, y'all. Let's start it off.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Broad Street. Welcome to episode 138, the NFL Draft Preview edition of the Birds of Broad Street with your boy Cool Cat Connor, with your boy King DV. What up, King?
What up? What up? What up? What up? Back like we never left. Back like we never left, man. Another week, more news. Let's get it.
Yep. And Smitty Eagle in the building. What up, Smitty?
Chilling, man. Just out here relaxing, man. You know what it is.
Yep, we're going to react to what Howie Roseman said because I got it up right now. But please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, comment to the Birds of Ball Street channel. All of our channels. We got the Check Down on Saturday. We got Inside the Nest. When y'all got that show? Wednesday?
Yeah, you know.
Wednesday,
Yeah, we got,
7
yep, we got Inside the Nest Wednesday. The Aftermath on Sunday. B.O.B.S comes back Monday. Subscribe to all the channels and salute to everybody that's rocking with us. So, yeah, Howie Roseman spoke to the media, and I got some of his comments courtesy of Dave Sparrow on Eagles, and he said, and Howie talked about a lot of stuff. So, allow me to read this.
Zoom back in. You zoomed out too far, man. You made it blurry, brother.
Yeah.
Huh?
Zoomed in.
Oh.
So you were zoomed in just right, then you zoom back out. Now, all right,
my bad.
I can see it too now. Never mind. Go ahead. You good.
All right,
go back.
Go back. My bad, y'all. Yeah. My bad. Let me just zoom in a little bit more.
I just had to zoom in. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yep. Howie Roseman had a lot to say. So he said there's a long ways to go for sure. So how has the action for the Eagles match up to the blueprint? He says it's a good start and we've been able to adjust and see what's going on the market and not to be so narrow-minded to not be able to adjust based on that, Roseman said. The NFL draft is always the lifeblood of our team, and that's where we're going to find the majority of our players. We're not done yet. We've always looking and working and trying to improve our roster. We have a lot to work ahead of us, and we're looking forward to prepare for a big NFL draft weekend. So, Keen, as you read this part, what's your reaction first up?
I mean, I think all the moves is just self-explanatory. You already know where his mindset is. Just being an Eagles fan and just knowing how he works year in and year out. And I know majority of this year he's basically more with the court, not just Nick Sirianni, but the coordinators themselves, to the point where they're like, oh, we need this guy, we need this type of guy. So you see certain moves that's being made, getting younger, so they can certain guys can come in and learn the Vic Fangio scheme, or some people that was comfortable with Vic Fangio scheme. You have guys that's coming in, and Vic Fangio seems like they're going to prevail. As far as the other side, you got the Saquon Barkley and everything, but we all know that the draft is like the icing on the cake. It's fun having all these players getting signed at free agency, but the icing on the cake is the NFL draft, man. It could be, a trade in the for a player. It could be trading for a pick, and then also getting a player that we were looking at on our draft boards. It could be anything, man. So it's going to be exciting when it comes to the NFL draft weekend. So I'm ready for all of it.
Yep. Smitty?
Nah,
Bro.
see, look. Nah, it was a hand clap, bro.
I know,
It was a
man.
good speech, man.
Oh, salute.
Y'all can't hear the hand clap? Is it not loud?
No, we can hear it.
I was wondering where it came from, though.
Okay.
No, it's
Nah,
just
see, I think it's two
the
parts
button.
of
The finger was like over the button for a long time until he hit your name and then
I
you
was
just
like,
hit
yeah.
it.
Nah,
I
the
got you.
applause is for you. I don't want no applause. It's only two parts of this soliloquy of statement that caught my eye.
Yeah.
You missed the first part, Cool Cat. It's at the top. It
Yeah.
says it's only March 25th.
Right.
So he's telling you, like, you see what I did in a matter of 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
And then the second part was we have a lot of work ahead of us. We're looking forward to preparing for an NFL draft weekend.
Yeah.
Those two statements for me tell me everything I need to know. He's still calling people. He's still on the phone, and he's looking to do whatever it takes to make this weekend pivotal. So moving around and staying still is not pertinent for Howie Roseman right now. I think he is on the phone trying to move up. I think he's trying to call about positions that he may need. Cornerback, safety, whatever y'all think the need is. Cornerback is where I think he might be calling for right now. You know what I'm saying? I have, but if he is able to get a cornerback, I think it opens up a lot of doors for what he can do in the draft. I think right now he's looking at all the options, but he wants the best option. He don't just want to take an option, jump out the window. It's not the best. You see, he said something else that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, he was able to adjust. The adjustment is him in these two bidding wars he been in so far. He been in two. He lost one. He just couldn't match that one. But he been in two.
What up, Trigger?
He was able to say, you know what? I'm going to go hard. He went all the way out. He ended up getting turned around and he was in a big war for his beginning, but we just couldn't match, So with that situation being like that, I think I was making a good adjustment. He was able to bring back some of our position. So I think that it's only March 25th was a big statement for me.
Yeah, what up, Trigger?
You show it to.
Not
What's
much.
good, brother?
Just reading what Howie Roseman had said to the media. So I know you popped in. So what's your thoughts on what Howie Roseman has to say?
Well, y'all just keep talking because I didn't even hear what he had to say. I'm reading as I go.
Yeah. He really just said, like, basically, like, you know what I'm saying, he was in free agency. It's early still. He's been able to do some things he hasn't done before, and he's been able to basically read the market and pay accordingly and get players of talent, you know what I'm saying, that we needed.
I feel like I already spoke on how I felt about the offseason and how Harvey Roseman. I feel like he did a great job this year. A great job. I feel like when Howie Roseman back is against the wall, he does his best work. Now when he don't got no pressure, we coming off. I mean, great playoff run, Super Bowl run, something like that. Howie Roseman tend to do dumb stuff, but when when his seat on fire, that boy he go to work, and he know how to work that cat like no other. Like I never seen from a general manager. So this offseason, he got us everything we needed so far for the most part. I mean, we still got the draft coming up. You still have, I mean, the beginning of the season, still trades that could happen. But I feel like Howard Roseman been the best GM so far this offseason, in my
Yeah, he
opinion.
definitely said he's not done. He did say he's not done. That was a big statement too. We are
Yeah,
not done yet.
he said, as you can see here, we're not done yet. We're always looking and working and trying to improve our roster. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and we're looking forward to prepare for a big NFL draft weekend.
And
Big.
I believe him too, because he did nothing but make big splashes this all season. So I once that draft roll around, who knows what Howie Roseman gonna do, man? He probably throw some trades in there. You never know, bro. That dude really a wizard when it comes to this GM thing.
Mm-hmm. So he also talked about Saquon Barkley. He said, we think Saquon is a special player, and we think he is a special person. There are hard to find, especially on the open market. A guy who can touch the ball 300 times a year. Hopefully, there aren't a lot of players, skilled position players, that are touching the ball that's many times and have that effect. Obviously, we're looking at the workload. He's trained unbelievably. He's a freak. You see that in his testing numbers. You see that in his body, in his GPS speed. And so we believe in the player. We think that based on the resources and where you can put resources, that made a lot of sense to us. So go ahead, Smitty, you first.
It's true, man. I mean, when you look at the tape, you look at the production, you look at if you take out the injury history, man, I think right now, man, he'd be somewhere in those elite numbers with Christian McCaffrey of those natures, man. And I was looking at it today, like somebody was talking to me, and I was just like looking at Christian McCaffrey was considered injured prone with Carolina. He was considered to be the odd man out every year because he wasn't going to make it to the playoffs. Since he went to the 49ers, the man has missed no games, 0 games. He became Teflon immediately. Boom. But guess what? Guess what happened? They put a better O line. They put more pieces around him. He not touching the ball 300 times a year. He touching the ball somewhere like 225, but they're effective touches. They're in open space. He not getting killed every play. Same position we finna put Saquon in. Great O line, pieces around him. So guess what? He gonna be in a lot of one-on-one situations with a linebacker, one-on-one with a safety. He gonna be hitting open holes where you can drive Mack trucks through. Like it's gonna be situations like that. So I think you know what I'm saying. It's a great move to make, man. When you Howie Roseman, especially when you get him to play the first year for only $4 million. Like when you get a man to come in of that caliber and say, "All right, look, I know you're trying to build a team to get back to the chip. I'll take the hit the first year to see what we could put together, and then maybe we could talk about a restructure if we get close." Type deal. Because that's how if you look at the contract, that's really how it broke down. He can get a restructure in the second year of this contract. So he put it in there for a reason because the move Howie made was to win a chip. So you get a player like Saquon Barkley on the open market, which don't happen much. Most teams would have did whatever they could to keep him in the house, but for whatever reason, he ended up out there. I'm happy he made the move, man. I can't argue with it.
King?
Well, it is back-to-back franchise tags from the Giants, I believe. Um, he actually wants to be here. If you look at the contract that we gave him, he didn't really care about getting his money up front. He wanted to come somewhere where he's has the opportunity to win ball games and possibly go far in the playoffs. Everything that Howie said hit it right on the nose, man. You know, we always talk about, you know, the pass blocking, the route running. He's getting better with catching out the backfield. On top of that, the running game. You know, he's able to break tackles. He was like third in tackles broken beyond the line of scrimmage. So that's what I'm saying. That you know, you have somebody at this caliber. I just want to pinpoint another thing that he said that's not up here. Howie Roseman, I'm talking about. He basically said that, you know, everybody has to stop the narrative about the whole not paying running backs thing, because he did pay LaShawn McCoy, and he also was here when we paid Brian Westbrook. So we have to stop with that narrative. It's just that we haven't come across no skilled players, and then also if and the money has to move a certain way, especially you have skilled players being paid. Um, on the O line, the D line, the edge. If we were paying quarterbacks, if we're paying receivers, it has to move around. So that's what I'm saying. That with the Saquon Barkley thing, it was just like, you know, knocking it out the park for me, because you got somebody that can't only just help out the offense, but also help out your star player in Jalen Hurts as well. So you know, this is knock out the park.
Trigger?
Hey.
Go ahead, Smitty.
It was something. It was something funny. What dang DV says, and I was finna, but he has. Never mind. Go ahead. Never mind.
Go ahead, Trey.
Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so I know we give like the offense, like Nick Sirianni and all them, like a bad rep. But if you look at the backs from the last 2 years, they all had their best seasons under Nick Sirianni. DeAndre Swift went over 1,000 yards. He's like over, I think like 12, 1,300 all-purpose yards. Miles Sanders went over a stack, had over like 15 all-purpose yards. So Saquon Barkley is like, I feel like he's more dynamic than both of those backs, than Miles Sanders and DeAndre Swift, like respectfully. And everything that Howie Roseman said that makes this guy different. And I watched Saquon since high school, before he even got to Penn State. The dude, he a special back, man. I don't know how much he really got on him left on them knees. I mean, due to all the carries he had in high school, college, over there with the Giants, but he's still an explosive back, a powerful back. And you can't really stack the box against this dude like in New York, because we have a dynamic quarterback. We have hella weapons on the outside. So I think he's gonna come into this offense and fit in perfectly. Like y'all said, a Christian McCaffrey. The only reason I felt like he was injury prone or whatever they was talking about over there at the Giants, because they had nothing else around him. They had to get a dude like 25 carries a game. They had to even put points on the board. So, I mean, I feel like it's going to be a different dynamic in this offense. We're not going to have to use him too much. We probably still will, but we're not going to have to, because he's a home run hitter. Saquon Barkley could go 5-7 for 45 yards and then break a 50, 60-yarder. It's like, bro, he bring that kind of dynamic to your football team, and he could catch out the backfield. So, I mean, I feel like this is going to transition our offense into like something great. If we're not in the top 3 to top 5-ish in the offense, that means our coach is not doing their job, because we got hella talent on the field. We got a great offensive line. There's no reason we shouldn't be in that top 5 and 3. I feel like this was a great move, and it's going to kind of take our offense over the top.
Hmm. You remember what you thought of, Smitty?
No, we can keep moving.
Yeah. Before we get to Bryce,
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yep.
Howard Roseman was like, I was the GM when we signed Shady. I was in the
Yeah.
front office when we signed Westbrook, and I signed
Yeah.
and I signed Saquon. So I done signed 2 running backs. Y'all stop saying I was signing running backs. Hey, he gonna hit us with the I gave y'all a running back.
Yep. Now, this question, before we get to Bryce Huff, this question right here: who will you pick for running back 3, Boston Scott or Tyron Davis? Bryce? Whoever wants to answer first.
I don't even know. I don't even know the second dude, to be honest.
Like we needed. I feel like we got to go into the draft and get a running back
Yeah, I
too.
would rather get a young one, but
I'd rather get one out the
uh,
draft because we know what Boston Scott gonna bring, man. I feel like he's a good third running back, but we need a legit second running back, like a dude that could come in, and you're not gonna give this Saquon Barkley production, but a dude is not that much fall off, and it's tons of them in college football right now. Tons of backs in college football right now. They could give you that, give you great second running back production, even just coming in off, out of college, because you still sitting behind a veteran. You still kind of you got the fresh legs and everything. So, I feel like we need to go into the draft and get it back. I'm tired of seeing Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott. We know what they bring. I want to see somebody else in here. Kind of
oh, we
rejuvenate
did
this
sign
offense.
dude. Okay, I do remember Nikki. My bad. My bad. I do remember now that you said something. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember he was like one of the first signings we got coming into like the off season. He wasn't a free agency signing. He was an off season signing. Like when you sign those early guys, right
Mm-hmm.
when the season end, he was one of those dudes.
He's gonna be a practice squad dude
Yeah.
for the most part. He's gonna be a practice squad dude. Probably gonna make his path on special teams. I don't see him being in this offense and making no impact. To be honest.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, King. You was going to say something? Okay.
For is Boston
Mm,
Scott
good.
on the roster?
No.
Right. So we might have to, like Trey said, we have to draft a running back. Um, Probably mid to late round, depending on need. But yeah, I don't see Davis Price actually getting any in the rotation unless something drastic happened.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and continue on. He talked about Bryce Huff. Uh, he said one of the things you could look for his skill set, and I think one of the things that Bryce wants to show is that he's heavy-handed.
Yeah.
He understands leverage. He got explosiveness in his body. The Jets did an unbelievable job of having that edge rusher position really filled with. I think they have 5 or 6 guys. When I look at their depth chart, they were trying to find roles for guys and get guys playing time. We don't play our edge guys 90% of the time. We believe in having fastballs off the edge and getting guys in the game. I think this percentage that he Huff, this liability
Right back.
against the run, obviously we'll see about that, but we believe that he has the tools in his body to make a difference, and we're excited about him. So, King, you start us off about what he talked about with Bryce Huff.
I mean, you already seen his excitement on trying to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we signed him for 51 million. Um, he's a decent back, honestly. A lot of people are skeptical because of the 1 year showing it wasn't consistent, from what we used to seeing from guys. Um, but I understand the signing. You get younger there, um, but he's not. I wouldn't say that he's more so of a Hassan Reddick replacement. It would be so that this is what how he wanted. He wanted to get younger there. Um, the key factor of all this is Josh Sweat restructuring because he didn't want to play for another team as of yet, and it's almost like a show me deal for him. That's the key. Whereas though he's still younger than Hassan Reddick, I believe. So Hassan Reddick is possibly the odd man out. but Bryce Huff does have some work to do. Just watching tape and everything like that. Of course, you're going to break up the run defense, stopping the run. They're basically optimistic about him being able to, stop the run in this new offense that he's going to be in. Um, just hopefully that he's willing to learn and just take heed to what's being taught, and then just playing that on the field. But overall, you already know that he got angles. You already know he got leverage on guys and everything like that. But the only the question that we have is the run stopping. Could he do that? Oh no, two. I'm sorry, it's two questions because we always speak about this.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really have that many snaps, like it was said in this paragraph. So down the stretch, mid-season, going towards that playoff positioning, time. Where is he going to be at? This is questions that we have, and only thing we could do is sit back and see that if he can answer it.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Smitty.
So, from what I mean, like I had already kind of said what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew they had a deep roster at the edge. Like I already knew that. We talked about it before. Like I knew he was deep in the rotation. But I think he gonna come here and make a difference, man. I think he was waiting for an opportunity to get some playing time. I think he gonna get much more playing time here than he was with the Jets, and I'm hoping that what I'm saying he's ready. I think he's gonna be prepared. He's hungry. He's looking for an opportunity to really show he one of the top guys. So I seen his bag. If he working right now, like I think he is, I can only imagine what he gonna bring to this season, man. And getting signed to a team and kind of getting showed like when you see a dude like Josh Sweat willing to restructure because he don't want to lead the structure of the team, and you just sign here, that's a sign of like, hey man, we want to play with you, bro. We want to be here. He probably been welcome in the room, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get the jersey. I gotta get the Huff jersey, man. I didn't get my Agent Zero Swift. I will get the Agent Zero this year of Huff. At least he'll be here 3 years, so I'll be able to wear the jersey. He won't be. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping they re-sign Swift. I was banking on it too. DV. I was like, they gonna re-sign Swift, and I'm gonna grab my jersey right when they re-sign him. And then that thing said Chicago. I said, Then they talking about they on sale for $20. I don't want that. He not an Eagle. I don't want that.
It's sad. It's like, all right,
Yes.
bro, out of here, discount, all that.
Yep. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so it's a perception in the NFL. If you didn't see a guy do something, that mean they can't do it. That's any position. Offensive lineman. Oh, he's a good run blocker. He's not a good pass blocker. Maybe he wasn't putting a lot of opportunities where he was pass blocking. Um, so with the Huff thing, they had a nice little rotation over there, and I could see how they was deploying them. They kept their big DNs on the field on rundowns, and Huff was like the home run hitter. But just because we didn't see him do it don't mean he can't. I mean, they obviously signed him for a reason. They're not gonna just bring the dude here, pay him all his money, and he can't stop the run. I don't see Howie Roseman doing nothing like that. So it's really just a wait and see at this point. It's a wait and see. Like I don't know too much about him, but I know these dudes, NFL players, they get paid and they get paid to work on their flaws in the offseason. So maybe he turns into a great run stopper and still be a great pass rusher. And he just an all around defensive end. But just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean he can't do it. That's how I feel about it.
Hmm. Before we go to the next part of this, Trey, what's your thoughts on the Hassan Reddick situation?
I mean, me knowing Howie Roseman, he trying his best to keep Hassan Reddick too. So I don't know how them talks going on. I don't know what the situation really is like behind closed doors. But if Howie Roseman wanted Hassan Reddick gone, he thought they couldn't work nothing out, something out. He would have been gone by now because anybody would take Hassan Reddick on their football team. So
Shakira.
I mean,
What's happening?
hopefully we can work it out. Hopefully he wants to be here, and I mean, you make a little compromise. They meet each other halfway, and we can have all these pass rushers for real, for real. That's how I feel about it.
Hmm. So let's go on and continue on. He talked about Chauncey Gardner Johnson returning. He said playmakers, ball skills, uh, intense mentality. This guy loves to play, loves to practice, loves to compete, and it's hard to find guys who have legitimate ball skills. His swagger, which was important for us to bring to the team, and something we really wanted to add. And he has toughness and is the kind of guy we want on for our defense, for our football team, and perfect fit for the city. So
He
Trey,
also
you're
hold on. He also had one more statement. He said they asked him why was it a reason to bring back CJ? He said we were looking to regain our swagger and our mentality, and obviously what happened at the end of the year didn't feel good. It wasn't acceptable of any of us, and so we wanted to get players who can kind of bring that and have that motivation and that mentality.
Yeah, so go ahead, Smitty, since your reaction to that and to what he said about Chauncey.
That no, that is that statement is about Chauncey too. Both of them. Both.
Right,
I just wanted to include it since you said I was look. I had it sitting here waiting for you to bring it up. So,
right.
um, I think like keep understanding that something wasn't here, something wasn't pushing the guys. Me and DV on Inside the Nets had a bunch of conversations about we didn't feel like the leadership or the grit was the same on the defensive side of the ball. It seemed a little soft. It seemed a little like not motivated. You know what I mean? They didn't have like that killer instinct. And it seems like they were missing that dog. So for him to say that, for him to admit it, see it for his own eyes, be able to tell the public that, hey man, I looked at the tape and I ain't feel like we had no grit. We ain't had no killer instinct. We ain't had no fight. We ain't have a puncher's chance. And then to go get the guy that you felt like brought the energy back, you felt like you made a mistake. So that's the type of stuff for me that shows you a good GM. He said, "Okay, I let CJ get away. Things didn't go right. We lost something. We lost a step. Let me go bring him back so we can fill the void that I felt like we were missing." And maybe that's what it is. I mean, maybe the grit that he has is what it is. And I think we're in a position where that's perfect for me. If that's what you felt, maybe he'll motivate maybe he'll motivate some of these other guys to step up, step in their role. Maybe read Blankenship a little better. Uh, I ain't gonna say that other dude because I don't believe he can look better, but maybe I guess because everybody believing Bradbury now, but
No, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it if Cool Cat got the notes up about it. But we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead, King.
So CJ Gardner Johnson, you gotta think about last season. We was rotating that position. That position we were rotating a lot. A lot. We weren't able to hit on any of those guys. I know Kevin Byard, he got the short end of the stick. He came in at the end of the season, or middle to the end, I should say. Um, but none of them have that intensity and that ferociousness and bring that Philadelphia swag like a CJ Gardner Johnson type. Everybody's looking for that. That's why we was comparing Eli Ricks, um his aggressiveness and the way he played to a CJ Gardner Johnson because that's how he plays. um we just gotta be thankful that we were able to get him and how we was able to fix the mistake. Last time we lost with that guy was in the Super Bowl two years ago, and it seemed like he was the only one out there on defense that had the type of heart. We seen the hit that he put on they running back. Just for example, um, we could sit up there and say that he didn't really play that many games last couple seasons and things like that, but when he's on the field, man, he shows up. I felt like that, when he has something to play for and he knows the organization and the fan base wants him, I think he's going to put on for the city. And I'm happy that we do have him back. Of course, he wasn't my first choice. But I feel like that. They made the right decision to bring him back, so other guys in the secondary could actually feed off of him. And then also, when they're down and out, and they're letting guys hit double moves or anything like that, you have that guy like Gardner Johnson that could be on the sideline like, yo, we ain't out of it yet. Yo, let's make some plays. And he leading by example, and he's a huge voice in the locker room. So I am happy we got a guy like that back.
Trigger.
Um, I like. I mean, I like bringing it. I like the bringing him back thing. There's only two things that concern me, and y'all kind of already touched on it. Well, I touched on one of them, the injury history. Um, whew, the injury history is a big concern to me. But another big concern to me is we cried all last year about not tackling in the secondary, not tackling at the second level. C.J. Gardner Johnson not a good tackler either. So he'll lay you out if you're not looking, but he's not a good tackler either. So I mean, he's not bringing that to the table. He could cover, he a ball hawk, but the tackling thing, that's still going to be a problem. It's still going to be a problem. So I mean, it's pros and cons to it. I like the pros more than the cons, but I mean, you get what you pay for, you get what you ask for. I mean, we're gonna get a dude that's coming in probably liable to give you like 8 games, and a dude that can't tackle just like everybody else. So I mean, you just pick your poison, I guess. I like it though. At least they're trying. At least the Eagles trying. But I mean, I don't know. I ain't really too sold on it.
Yeah. So let's go on and continue on. He talked about Devin. Talked about Devin White. When you talk about Devin, we had an opportunity to watch him for a long time coming out at LSU. Just like we didn't have our best year in 2023, obviously, he would admit that he didn't have his best year either. Sometimes you get in a situation where you kind of get close to free agency and you're trying to make plays. And I think this is a guy who is a captain, who has been a tremendous player, and he's kind of fit what we're looking for. A guy who is incredibly motivated. Understand that there are guys in this free agency class who 2 years ago didn't have good years and came back 2 years later and got huge contracts. In the term of Vic Fangio's defensive coordinator, he's looking for speed. He's looking for explosiveness, which Devin clearly has. He's looking for guys who are versatile, who can play in space, who can play in coverage, who can get after the quarterback, and obviously fill in the run game as well. In terms of Vic and the fit with White, I think it's a good fit. It's a great opportunity for us and a great opportunity for Devin. So, King, your thoughts?
When we signed Devin White, um, it was more so that I understand we wanted to get younger. Like I said, I just had an issue with how it ended for him with the Buccaneers. Everybody is always due for a second chance. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that, it's a low risk, high reward type situation that we're in. You got a guy that was in the Super Bowl. You have a guy that was the leader of the defense and play calling and things like that. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I just got to see how every day fits. We got guys that we know could play football, but we just got to know how it fits. And then you got to also, like I say all the time, with guys like a Devin White, guys like a Patrick Queen, people that linebackers that was wanted by the Eagles fan base. You got to pair them up with somebody that could complement them, because if not, then it's going to look like he's just the workhorse, and then the second person is just going to be out there on the island, and that's not what I want for the defense. But Devin White is a good pickup. I think, like I said, he deserves a second chance, and I think that he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it here. He could be one of the guys at the end of the season or even middle of the season to say, hey, Howie, we need to extend this guy ASAP, lock it up before he gets on the market, and then get that linebacker money. So yeah, I'm good with the pick, but he just got to show me on the field.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm 50-50. Uh, I think he has, if he has his mind and his ability and everything ready to work, and he's focused and he's locked in. I think he's a good player. He plays top tier linebacker. But what I seen at the end of last year with the Buccaneers was a guy that was unmotivated, that wasn't bought in, that wasn't wanting to play football. So with that being said, I wanna see him do something better this season. Um, and I'm gonna give him an opportunity, a fair chance, as he put on that midnight green. So that I ain't gonna say too much about it, but I am ready to see if he can have a bounce back season.
Yes. Trey?
I think this is a perfect fit. I think it's a perfect fit because um we do have N'Kobe Dean coming back. If you look at that Georgia defense, it's kind of leaning towards his strengths. You got the aggressive linebacker that was Quay Walker at Georgia, and you got the intelligent back that can blitz, that can fill in run fits, and I mean you got a wrecking ball and you got the smart dude. So I feel like this will work good for Devin White and Kobe Dean because they can play off each other, feed off each other energy. He can help walk them through. I mean the ups and downs of an NFL season because we haven't seen Dean yet for a whole season. So I feel like this would be great if they both can stay healthy. I feel like it's a great linebacker pair.
Yeah. Next up, he talked about, but before we get to that, let me get to what King referred to when it came to James Bradbury. I think obvious to everyone, including James Bradbury, that JB didn't have the year that he was expecting, and that we were expecting. I think obviously he understands that, and he is driven to show that he is the player that he was in 2022. So go ahead, King.
I
All
want this
right,
guy to
go ahead,
go.
Smitty. Go ahead, Smitty.
I want Smitty to go. Rock paper scissors. You go. You go, bro.
You
Cat
go.
first.
I
Trevor.
got you. I
Oh,
got you. I got
cool
you.
cat go first.
I got it.
Cool cat
No,
can
I
go
go.
first.
I go first. I go first.
I'll
I go
go.
first. But this is basically all I was saying. Like, everybody was emotional going off of last season because of how he played. I feel like that he's a consistent player, but when it's time to show up, I think he's going to show up. I think that with his zone defense, I think he's gonna benefit the best off of that. Um, Guys working on off the line, I think he's going to benefit off of that. Um, and a lot of people have been telling me on different podcasts and everything like that that CJ coming back benefits him too. I don't see the equation probably because of the attitude, and he probably plays to that standard. But it's just like one of those players that needs the motivation. It don't seem like at this moment that he's going anywhere. Um, so we just gotta we gotta be there for him. I mean, until he mess up, and then now you frustrated again. But we got to see how he will do with these new players, the new a better scheme, I should say. Um, and just see where it goes from there. At the end of the day, I just think that how he playing was not never move him. They do have hope that he's going to get better. And we just got to rock with that. Until we see it in the other way. In the other way is basically he goes back to 2023, and now we in a situation like, damn, we should have traded for this person. But if the organization is saying that this guy is, you know, one of those bounce back guys, then we just gotta see.
All right. Before we go to Smee, let's hear from Trey next. Go ahead, Trey. I want to save the best for last. I want to save the best for last.
All right, so I feel like the last regime put him in a lot of bad situations. I'm not even gonna lie. They put him in a lot of bad situations, a lot of man-to-man coverage, and the regime put him in there, and Darius Slay going down put him in a lot of bad situations. And it was kind of hard for Bradbury to bounce back, bro. He's not a horrible football player. I don't know what y'all be watching, but he's not a horrible football player. He never been fast. He never been fast since he got into the NFL. He never been fast, but he's physical. He can play press coverage, and he's a great zone coverage player. We put him in a lot of man-to-man coverage with safeties over top of him that couldn't cover from sideline to sideline, and he got beat. That's the NFL. Sometimes you're gonna get beat, but I don't feel like he's a horrible player. That's my opinion on it.
Go ahead, Smitty, let it out.
I ain't got nothing to let out. What I'm supposed to let out? It ain't my damn team. I mean, it's my team I root for, but I don't GM it. If you want to keep him cool, I'm gonna be prepared for what I'm prepared for already, man. It ain't gonna change for me. He gonna get burnt just like he got burnt this year. So we gonna have a weak side of the defense, and hopefully Vic Fangio do what none of the other coaches would do last year, and they bench him. That's all I can ask for. Then at this point, if you gonna keep him, and you gonna victimize him, I mean, cool. I mean, I watched plenty of guys that had bad season. Y'all say one bad year. I mean, how do you define a player if he continue to have bad years? So then what's the excuse for the man if he come out and perform the same way he did last year? Then it's like, oh dang, I might have been wrong about him. Nah, I'm right about him right now. That boy was burnt toast. We put him in zone, put him in man, we put him in wide open situations to tackle, and he couldn't execute any of that. And those are the basics of football. If you playing corner, you got to be able to at least play some type of man in some situation. We tried to play him against wide receiver 2. We tried to play him against the tight end. We tried to have him follow the running back. He couldn't execute none of it. And then you put him out there and he getting cooked. Then he in the playoffs, he gave the rookie wide open, one-on-one. You wrapped him up, and then you said, you know what? I don't even want to tackle this young man. Give him the crib. I don't know. I don't know how do you give somebody that was known for tackling, and then the whole season, his worst attribute this year was supposed to be his best attribute, tackling. But he gonna all of a sudden be an all pro again. He gonna magically fix it.
Nobody tackled.
But this man is known for being a willing tackler, for being a decent tackler. He was the worst tackler on the team.
Blankenship known for being a decent tackler. He wasn't tackling shit.
How do you say Reed Blankenship is known for being a missile? I don't know if he's a great tackler.
Right? A tackler.
He hits like CJ. He hit like CJ, but he bigger. He don't really wrap you up. He kind of lead with his head and his shoulder. That's why he be getting shoulder injuries.
He missed a lot of tackles. Yeah. Linebackers missing tackles.
Like, why are you leaving your like? Come on, bro. The simple shit.
Nobody tackled good. So you want the whole team gone, or you just want?
But no, not just tackling for him though. He didn't execute any part of the defense. Like when I look at the defense last year, I'm like, dang. Okay, he looked bad, but why is Bradbury? Like I'm talking about Bradbury so much, he was so bad. It's like he stands out so much compared to everybody else.
Bradbury didn't start getting burnt
compared to everybody else. It just don't look the same.
He didn't start getting burnt till later on in the season when everybody quit. The whole team quit for real. Mm-hmm. So we just pile it all up on one person. Mm-hmm. The whole team
I wouldn't agree with that because I'll go back and say I'll go back and look at I'll go back and say that I wasn't high on him all season though.
The whole team quit.
I told y'all I didn't like his
Arizona
playoff season.
Game. The whole team quit. Seattle game. Whole team
but I ain't
quit.
talking about the last
Giants
7 games though. I'm talking about game quit. 1. I said Bradbury need to be better.
Whole team quit. Yeah, our quarterback even fucking quit.
You talking about the end of the season, Trey. I'm talking about the whole season. I was on Bradbury the whole season.
You want to get smoked the whole season.
He was not playing good all year.
He probably wasn't playing good, but he wasn't getting smoked the whole season. He wasn't. Because if that was the case, we would have been giving up big numbers. We wasn't giving up. We ain't start giving up big numbers till later on in the season. He was not getting.
How many touchdowns did Bradbury give up last year? It ain't got to be big numbers. How many touchdowns he gave up last year?
I don't know. He probably gave up a lot like everybody else did. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
He gave up
that
the
don't
most,
that don't mean the dude having the down season is going to mean that's going to carry on into the next season. You wipe that slate clean. Now he come into week 1, week 2, week 3 getting smoked. Oh, all right. But then we see what you was talking about.
It's too late then.
Like, it's not too late.
Now you stuck with putting somebody in you don't trust because you didn't draft the cornerback because you believed in Bradbury.
They still could draft a cornerback because even with them not believing in Bradbury getting old, you're gonna have to replace him. But you do got Ricks and Job and all them dudes down there that you trying to groom too. So if it comes to the case where we gotta put this dude on the bench, you're gonna have to trust the people that's behind him, even if it's a rookie. You're gonna have to trust him. So I'll give him another shot. Now he come out there, he getting burnt toast smoked again. Then all right, go ahead. You gotta sit down, big dog. But I don't feel
Smitty, hey
like
Smitty,
Bradbury
what did I tell you?
that hard.
What I tell you? I said what's gonna make this up for him is the horrible defense was playing down the stretch, and this is what everybody's looking at. Everybody's looking at that,
It
you know,
When he
the
wasn't
get
horrible
when he get
defense.
cooked,
it
it's gonna be
wasn't
like, dang man, we made a mistake, man. Now we in a bad situation.
it
This
wasn't
defense is
just him.
back where it was
If
previously.
he get cooked one time, that means he a horrible player. Every
It's gonna
every
be multiple
NFL
times. That
player,
man gonna
every
get cooked
NFL
all
corner,
season.
especially corner, got cooked. Darrell Reeves is one of the best corners. He used to be getting smoked by Randy Moss and them. Like, bro, it's
When?
just sometimes people just better than you.
No,
That's all.
he
Like,
did get smoked by Randy
It
Moss.
wasn't a. It was one game is different than a whole season of getting cooked up.
it wasn't one game. He got cooked by a couple of
Man,
dudes. 30, 50,
I'll
50,
go.
50.
I'll go from week one, and I'll cook you a tape of him getting dripped all over the field multiple
Bradbury?
times. Yes,
I'm pretty sure
Bradbury alone.
He started the season in the slot, right? He started the season in the slot.
I think
And
he
what
did.
and what happened? They had to move him because the man was cooking him in the first game.
No, they had to move him because they made the bad decision to put him on there because we all said it. He was too damn slow to keep up with even a tight end. He was slow.
I don't even remember Buddy name from the Patriots. He was getting off. I'm like, what?
Let's see. He's before we get to the next.
Oh no, I
Just
don't
some
feel
real
like he has
questions, man.
horrible, bro. I don't think he has horrible as nobody just fall off like that in one season.
He better than
So
Steven.
there's a whole lot of other factors.
I
And
see it
like you
happen.
said,
Didn't
Gardner
somebody
Johnson.
retire at halftime? That's what Bradbury need to do. He need to follow his
no,
footsteps. Just retire at
no,
halftime.
bro.
Right
Yo,
now.
he ain't bad.
Halftime
That
through
was
the
my
off
take.
season, just be
Bro,
like, I'm
That was
done.
my
I
take.
can't do this
hey,
no
bro.
more.
My take.
I
My
can't
take
keep up
Hey,
was
with
bro,
these
he
young
not that
guys.
bad, bro.
I'm a bum. Let me
Bro,
go sit down on the
bro,
couch and
bro,
watch
he not that
TV.
bad.
He
Bro,
need
he
to
not that
go,
bad,
bro.
bro.
I'm through
He
that.
not that
You
bad, bro.
really hate this guy.
You just gotta
Bruh,
say it.
like,
You
bruh.
like, bro,
I'm
he
not
not
good.
that bad though.
Y'all, listen. There's 3 people on the panel, right? Above me, right? All 3 of y'all can give him a second chance for me, but I'm not giving him nothing. Cause the tape don't lie, bruh. The tape
Bro, we
don't
had
lie.
no
Even when you
option.
was in zone and they check down in front of you and the dude go, boop, boop, back inside. Bradbury is
One
cooked,
day,
bruh.
okay. So
And he
listen,
just left
hear me out.
standing there like,
Cool.
That means
So
your
if
safety play.
if he's on the
That
team,
also means your safety play gotta be better, bro. That also means your
if he's on
safety
the
play gotta
squad,
be better.
if he's on the squad this year in the beginning of the season, and he takes that he gets a pick six or he gets a crucial pick, you cannot have no emotion behind it. You
why
can't.
would I why would I believe he's gonna get a pick anything?
Yo, this bull crazy.
Pick 6? Yeah,
No, I'm just saying.
yeah,
Even a
he gonna
crucial
get
pick.
6, all right. He gonna get 6. He
He
gonna
got
give
it.
6. He gonna give
He
up
got a crucial
6.
pick though. But look though,
Hey, and when the
he ain't
first
get a
play,
crucial pick
listen,
in
when he
that.
give up that 6, I'm just sit, when we doing the live stream, I'm just be sitting here like this.
But he ain't get a crucial pick in that Buffalo game. He ain't get a crucial pick in that Minnesota game this year. He got a crucial pick, right? In both of them games. He's not as horrible as we trying to
I'm not.
portray him
I'm
as.
not
It's
saying
like
that.
it's crazy.
All I'm saying is, like last year, yes, we all wanted him. Well, majority of us wanted him off the team, but that's just going through the Philadelphia Eagles' emotional fandom that we always go through. But at the end of the day, you got to look at everything like we do, and he's a very inconsistent player that could possibly bounce back. Now, I don't know if he is, but Howie Roseman, Vic Fangio, and the DB coach, probably Christian Parker, he probably believe in this guy. So we'll have no choice but to sit up there and side like, okay, well, we'll see, man. We'll root for him because he's still bleed green at the end of the day right now. But let's just see.
Bradbury did this. They built it. He ain't no scapegoat. We got something else to talk about because
I just don't
I ain't
feel
gonna
like
just I ain't want to dog the
I
man
just
out, bro.
don't feel like he
Okay.
is hard.
The man is dog
I
water,
just
and I'm
don't feel like
standing
he
by
is
it.
horrible
feel
as
like
we trying to portray him. I don't feel like he is horrible as we trying to portray him right now. I ain't even gonna
All
lie
right,
to you.
I mean, you can honestly
I'll
have
take
the opinion,
Bradbury
but I
over a lot
mean,
of corners.
All right.
I'll take Bradbury over a lot of corners in
and I'll take a lot of them over Bradbury though. I'll take more over Bradbury than I'll take Bradbury over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go.
that's just you being an Eagles fan for real. That's not really talking football, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's
How?
just you
I'm
being
looking
an
at the
Eagles fan.
tape, bro. I'm looking at the tape. I'm looking at all the
All
analysis
right.
put
Okay.
out, bro. He was one of
Before
the worst corners
No,
last year, bro. He was one of the worst corners in the league. He was under 32. He was one of the worst corners graded in the league last year, bro, with over 200 snaps. What am I
that's
supposed
graded
to
though.
look at?
That's graded though. Bro, that don't mean nothing when
Everybody
you
that
in
put
the
out tape about the Eagles, man, said Bradbury was the worst player on there, and I'm looking at the tape
it don't
myself,
matter
and
who
I'm
put
going back
out
and looking
tape
at all
about him, bro. You
22.
gotta
He's out of position. He's not tackling. He's not executing in zone, and he's supposed to be a zone corner. What do you do when you're a zone corner and you can't even do your own job?
our safety play was horrible last year. This is what you're not understanding. You gotta understand football
So
has
getting beat
factors to it.
underneath is
It's
the
not
safety
just Brad,
problem?
it's not just Bradbury covering
When
a
did the
wide
safety
receiver
play
one on
underneath
one.
in zone?
Huh?
He
You know
getting
how
beat
many elements of
underneath,
zone it
over
is?
top, everywhere. Unless we playing invert where the safety is dropping in as a linebacker, he has the inside third, bro. He is getting beat inside on slants and everything in the zone, bro. He getting killed. The
Bro,
man
if you
is not
playing
what
deep
y'all
zone,
think
how
he
you
is. He
going
had one good season. Think
if you
about this.
playing deep
Y'all
if
are
you
talking
playing
about
deep
one
zone,
bad season, and he only had one good one.
if you playing deep zone, bro, how is you covering the slant? Tell me that. How? If you
Bro,
playing deep third, how is you covering the slant, Smitty?
he wasn't always playing deep third. Even when he played under, he was getting beat
Okay,
inside.
so now that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have a safety over the top if you playing zone, right? If he
Why?
playing right there in that cover two position right there, in
Okay.
that little slot right there, you gotta have a safety over the top. If your safety not getting over there,
But if there's
how is you
nobody
gonna play
there,
that?
who do you cover? If nobody's there, you follow him inside until you pass him off to the linebacker, right or wrong.
But how do you know nobody there though? The play ain't
There's
even
nobody
play out
there.
yet, Smitty.
The man is going inside.
Now he played it.
You go listen. If you have the outside, right? You follow. If the man is dead in front of you, you follow him in. You pass him off. You execute back outside. You don't cover grass, bro. I don't know what cornerback covers grass, but I'm gonna follow the man. I'm gonna follow him about 5 steps in, and then I'm back outside because nobody's getting outside that fast. If it's a tight end or a running back, he got to come from backfield or off the line, and I'm gonna see him, pick him up, go back outside with him.
But you still covering grass in zone. Everybody's covering grass, bro. Until a man pass you,
Okay, and
everybody
if there's
is.
a man in front of me in a zone, I'm lying dead up, eye to eye. He goes inside for a slant. I'm following him until I pass him off. Why is he
Everybody
getting a
reading the
free
quarterback
release?
eyes
Why
is
is he
on.
going free inside? He getting it before he
Everybody
getting
is
the ball
reading the
between
quarterback's eyes
Bradbury
is
and the
on.
linebacker.
Now,
Why is Bradbury not following him though?
why would you follow him if you in zone? You got this shit area right here. Why would you follow him? You first of all, you watching the quarterback. Nobody's looking at no one wide receiver or nothing unless they cross. You looking at the quarterback. Now, man to man, yes, you follow that dude in there. That's your man. But if I got this area, this is my area. I could come up, I could press him, jam him, anything. But once he get out this area, now I'm right here. This is my area. That's how zone works. You're watching the quarterback's eyes. Half of the time, you don't even see those wide receivers unless they in front of your face.
And that's what I'm
Like,
talking
brother,
about.
that's
In
what
your
I'm saying.
face.
Like, if we're
Hit
gonna
you with
break
the
football
boop.
down,
He
we're
go
gonna break it
inside.
down.
I'm at least a couple steps, bro. I'm not just gonna let the man get free inside.
You
He
can't
catch the ball
follow
between
him.
me and the
It's your zone
linebacker
right there.
and
You
go right up
cannot
the
follow
seam
him,
and
Smitty.
get 25. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
In zone
That's crazy.
coverage, you put your hands on him and pass him off. All right, that's what you do. You put your hands on. He going into the slant. He coming into the linebackers. That's not my area no more. I got to drop back into my area because if
What's the
that
first
slant
part you
not
said?
there,
Put your
he's
hands
going
on him,
right
right?
over here to where his
Hands on him,
area
right?
at. Yeah,
Hands
you got to
on
put
him,
your
right?
hands
So
on him.
he
That's only if you pressing though. You can't touch nobody at the 5 yards. That's only if you pressing. If we not pressed, I'm not worried about this receiver unless he come over here. I don't got nothing to do with that.
All right.
Come on, bro. Like it's different elements of football that we gotta break down if we're gonna say this man that horrible, bro. Like he's not that horrible. He got put in bad positions. Half of the time,
The whole time.
Bradbury was playing.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying the whole time. Sometimes he just got smoked. Yeah. We put him in the man. He
didn't
got
get
cooked.
smoked.
Right.
He got put in bad positions. He a great corner, man. Top tier.
I didn't say he was great. I'm just saying he's not as horrible as we trying to portray him as. Bro, nobody played good defense as last year. Nobody. Our safeties was out of position damn near half of the time. Our linebackers can't cover, but we're gonna cook Bradbury like he was the only one that looked bad. It's crazy.
They just cook Bradbury, but Bradbury's I cook Avonte Maddox the same way I'm cooking Bradbury. Nobody said nothing to me about that though.
You can't cook Avonte Maddox did what he was supposed to do when he was on the field. He just was never on the field.
And when I said something about him not being on the field, it was no problem. But when I say something about Bradbury having bad play, it's a problem because he did have bad play. You just said he had bad play, and that's exactly what I said. But I said he had the worst play out of everybody on the defense.
That's two different things, though, bro. If Maddox not on the field, he can't play. Bradbury was on the field. He had some horrible plays, he had some good plays, and I feel like they put him in a bad position a couple times. Like even on that last play at Seattle, everybody was screaming and yelling at Bradbury, but Sidney Brown ain't get the depth he was supposed to get to the sideline. He could have undercut that pass too. That wasn't just Bradbury.
I think that's the reason why you seen Bradbury looking. Because I looked at that play so many times, and I think that's one of the real reasons why he was looking back.
Top. He was supposed to be over the top. Bradbury played the short route. It was third, and he played the first down stick. What's his name? Metcalf ran past him. Sidney Brown's supposed to be there to pick that play up. That's not Bradbury's fault. Like, come on, bro. We gonna talk football. I love this shit. I'll do this shit all day.
He wasn't bad, bro. I let it go, bro. Y'all, hey man, it's cool.
All
he wasn't bad. He played great football last year.
Yep. Let's get to linebacker.
Saying like it wasn't just Bradbury. I never said he played great. I feel like he played bad too, but a lot of other people played bad too. What about our pass rush? Our pass rush wasn't getting home at all last year.
Come on, bro.
Our pass rush was not getting home.
I ain't gonna talk about stuff I already talked about, and I still said Bradbury was the worst player.
I'm gonna talk about it because if we gonna talk football, we got to talk every factor. We can't just sit here and say Bradbury.
I done spoke on all those factors and still said Bradbury was the worst.
All right, that's your personal opinion, then, bro. That's cool. We gonna move on.
Linebacker Oren Burks. Howie says he's been a special team captain, and he also had an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl and probably had the best game of his career under the bright lights when he had to come in when they had an injury. Tremendous character as well. So go ahead, King.
I mean, a lot of people talk about the game in the Super Bowl when he had to come in for Greenlaw. He was going against probably one of the best, if not the best, tight end possibly in the NFL history, in Travis Kelce, and he was getting smoked. I gotta see this guy play a full season. I didn't really get to see him play any of this season, so don't really know too much about him. I just know that if he's one of those guys that's going to be a depth piece, so be it. Hopefully we don't rotate the linebackers like we did last season, but who knows? He probably will. But I'm just ready to see what the kid got, man. Everybody deserves a chance. So I'm all for it. If they like it, I love it.
Yep. Smitty?
I mean, it's a decent pick. I mean, he ain't really gonna do too much, but I mean, he's a good rotational guy, man. He's a good depth piece, good locker room guy from what I've heard. So I think he's gonna come in and he's gonna be able to offer something to the linebacker room. And if he's needed to be put in and have to play some valuable snaps, I think he can get in and play some good snaps. But other than that, I really don't. special teams guy. He's gonna be excellent at that. He's gonna give you fight on the special teams. He gonna every down. You know what I'm saying? So I like the pickup, man. It's a good depth piece. It's a good special teams guy. So
Yep. Trey?
Yeah, from what I'm reading on this dude, he's gonna be like a mainly a special teams dude. I mean, bar injury, he probably won't even touch the field too much. So, um, I mean, I guess like if they feel like it's good for Clay to get this kind of dude, like he gonna bring that energy on special teams, man. I love it. I love this pick for real.
Yep. Linebacker Zach Bond, how he says Vic Fangio had a guy in his defense at Miami with a similar skill set, Andrew Van, who haven't really ascended yet. That guy had the ability to play off the ball, who had the ability to play on the edge, who had these tools in his body, really ascended under Vic. We think Zach is a fascinating player who can rush from the edge, who can play off the ball, who is a tremendous special team player. He was a target guy for us. So start us off, Smitty.
uh, that's who that was. That's not Zach
Zach
Bond
Bond.
again. You got the wrong article up
Yeah.
there.
No. You we did Aaron Burks first.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So we doing Zach Bond
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I might have said the wrong thing then, because Oren Burke is
You
not a
did.
good
You did.
rotational guy. Hey, Oren Burke is not a good rotational guy. Great special teams guy. Zach Bond is the great rotational guy. He could play edge. He can also play off ball linebacker. He could play in the special teams. He is the guy I was talking about. That's a good pickup. Oren Burke, I don't know what the pickup is for, but I do like Zach Bond.
Yep. Trey?
Yeah, from what I'm reading, Zach Bond could really sketch his name out on his defense. He's a versatile linebacker. He could pass rush. Um, I feel like he's the way they're talking about him. He's a Vic Fangio guy. So we see this dude more than what we think we will. And me just watching kind of like highlights and stuff like that. I like it. He aggressive off the ball. Mainly in pass rushing situations. I don't know too much about his coverage, but in pass rushing situations, he's getting to the football like at a high rate. And I mean, if he work hard enough, he'll find himself maybe not in the starting defense, but definitely in rotation. And I'm cool with that. Any dude that feel like he can get on the field and actually make like an impact on his team, man, I'm fine with that signing. And like I said, he's a Vic Fangio guy, so Vic Fangio clearly has a plan for him. So I'm fine with this one too.
King?
With Oren Burks and Zach Bond, I'm really anxious to see them in certain situations where uh, we don't know too much about. You know, we know Zach Bond on special teams. We know we know Aaron Burks from being the third string linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs and everything like that. Uh, Not the Chiefs. I'm sorry, the 49ers.
Mhm.
But needless to say, I think that I would not really have a kind of critique on them until I see them in situations like, say, if a player gets banged up and they have to be in for a player too. Now it's like, okay, you got to feel for the game from the sideline, but you got to feel for the game and what the player that you're guarding is trying to do. Let's see what's going on with you. Um, but overall, man, I just think that the linebacker depth was needed. I think that uh those guys could actually show out and show us something, because right now there's just extra pieces in the linebacker room, and then also special teams guys.
Yeah. Yep. Offensive lineman Matt Hennessy. Tremendous twitch, athletic ability, balanced body control. He has position velocity where he can play center and guard. Temple tough. We really like him in the 2020 NFL draft, and we are really excited to get him. So start us off, King.
I think this was a good pickup. Um, He don't really have too much tape on him, but we know that he's a switch hitter on the offensive line. So they might see something in him. Whereas though, if we do get kind of thin at certain positions, that he can play that position. So I'm ready to see his versatility throughout the season if we need it, if we need him. It's just a good backup piece on the O line, good depth piece on the O line. And I already knew that this whole free agency, Howie Roseman was going to hit on the O line in some way somehow to shore up Stoutland University.
Smitty?
Um, Matt Hennessy is basically Jack Driscoll, man. He's just gonna be a guy that can come in and kind of fill in all over the place. He really had some upside at some point in his career, but the last 2 or 3 years, I think he's been out with injury. So, um, I think he just come in. He gonna be able to play a little bit of everywhere. If a guy go down, he'll be able to step in. I don't think he's coming in to play any pivotal snaps. I think he's gonna be more of a rotational guy. If somebody go down, he could play left guard, right guard, and center. So he does cover three positions. So I think that's more what it. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody Stoutland can work with, and if he work out being something better than what we see on the tape because he doesn't have much, then we might have found a jewel. You never know.
Yep. King? I mean, Troy?
Great position, great versatile piece that you could bring in swing. You could be a swing tackle, guard, center. Um, if you look back at the Eagles' history since Jeff Stoutland been there, we always had a guy like this. So I mean, I feel like he's gonna come in, he's gonna fit in like seamlessly. Anybody go down, he's gonna step in. He's a veteran. Um, you can't really ask for too much more from a backup offensive lineman. So I like this one right here.
Yep. Howie Roseman on wide receiver Devontae Parker. Obviously, we had the game in 2019 where it was like the Devontae Parker show. He had 7 receiving for 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 37-31 Miami win over the Eagles on December 1st. He he's a different guy than we had in our receiving core. Outside receiver, tremendous ball skills, still can play, still can get in and out of his breaks. A guy who was actually pursuing coming to Philly and he wanted to play with us. And of course, Jalen freaking Hurts. And we looked at where we were, kind of having to rebuild after our first two guys, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Our receiver core a little bit, it was really good opportunity for us. So Trey, your thoughts on how we talking about Devontae Parker?
All right, so with Devontae Parker, he's a couple years out of his prime, but I still feel like he could give you good football. He can block, he run blocks, he's a big dude. You don't get too much separation, but I mean he's a great contested pass catcher. And he could be a goal line, I mean a red zone threat. Now you got him, Dallas Goddard, you got AJ, you got three goal line threats. Not too much speed anymore. We don't have too much speed yet. I don't know what they're gonna do in the draft about that, but the way Kellen Moore runs his offense, I feel like he can be a great piece. Damn, what's the guy name that went to the Texans? Noah Brown. He
Mhm.
reminds me of he could be a Noah Brown in this type of offense where he's not gonna play too many snaps. He's not gonna play a whole lot of snaps, but the dude singled up on a linebacker or a safety, he still could beat him. Like I said, he's a great contested catcher. So I feel like this is a good piece. He could come and be the third, fourth wide receiver, and he did fit in seamlessly. He's a veteran, man. He knows how to play the game.
Smitty?
I mean, my only problem with the Devontae Parker signing is like, I think he was like last in separation the last like 4 years. So I mean, I'm hoping that Kellen Moore can scheme him open more than whoever that had him the last 4 years. I think his hands is still elite. I still think he got the ability to get a little bit of yak here and there. He's a good signing man. I think he's more of the probably the Zach Pascal role. He's gonna come in. He gonna get a few snaps, get a few opportunities. It ain't gonna be much. It's gonna be enough, but um, I like the Devontae Parker sign. I think we won him a few years. I think that was kind of part of the Sugar Bowl for Howard. He was like, one of my guys that I wanted back in the days out there. Let me just grab him up, see what he still got left in the tank. If he got something in the tank, it's a good sign. And if he don't, uh, he the fourth or fifth guy on the roster. It ain't really gonna, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really gonna hit too hard. He ain't he not he. It's not like we brought him in to be wide receiver two. Not even probably not even wide receiver three. He's probably 4 or 5 on the depth chart. If we draft the guy, he's definitely probably 4 or 5.
King?
I'm just what I'm hoping with Devontae
Hey,
Parker in
Daquan,
that situation.
chill.
Um, feel like this, right? I feel like that I don't need it to be. I need it to be more situational than just rotating wide receiver three because you don't know who works like last season. I don't want that anymore. As far as Devontae Parker, I do agree with Smitty that he did have a separation issue. I don't like the fact the first line, 2019, it was a Devontae Parker show, because he's not that receiver anymore. You got to know what he can do now or what's his strengths and what we could utilize off of, right? He still got great hands. Good route running. I feel like that he's going to be one of those guys that we can throw in there and he'll know where to be at. I think that out of this whole paragraph, the number one thing that sticks out to me is that he wants to play with Jalen Hurts. And if you play with a guy that you want to go all out for, I think you're going to get the best out of him when he's on the field. So I just want to see, what he does in certain situations, and I'm anxious to see what Kellen Moore does in the situational play calling.
Hmm. Wide receiver Paris Campbell, the vertical speed he got that coming off a down year in New York, 2 years ago in Indianapolis. I think he has 60 catches for 661 yards, 63 for 23 for 623. Paris speed is real. He's a physical player. He's done some returns as well. Get a chance to come in and compete. We also signed some practice squad receivers as future contracts, and I think our personal staff, in conjunction with our football staff, did a great job adding those guys, and we're excited about them. So, go ahead, King.
So I do agree with Nikki that this draft is going to be great for wide receiver three. There's some guys out there that we can actually look into. Um, it depends on who we willing to take a chance on. If we're going to draft a wide receiver three, um, for the future, or we go to do a wide receiver three, whereas though that he can make an impact today, or right now. So, but as far as Paris Campbell, man, I do like his speed. I do. He got decent route running, like I said yesterday. Um, the only thing is, he was injured, but at the same time, I feel like that he's going to have some chemistry with certain guys. Um, the speed will help out to open up the field more for Devontae Smith and Dallas Goddard. AJ Brown don't really need that um, because he's always open. But at the same time, I think that Paris Campbell, if he's in at wide receiver three for a player two, I think that he can prevail on that. And let's be honest, man. Anything is better than Quez at this point to me.
Go ahead, Smitty.
I like the Paris Campbell move. I don't know if he's like. I guess I it feel like listening to you read that at the end. I'm like, oh, is Howie done at wide receiver? Was Paris Campbell the last move? It's like, oh, I brought in some future contract guys. And, I don't know, but Paris Campbell's decent. He had a down year last year. He wasn't able to get in the offense. I think he had a few injuries last year too, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. But I don't know. I don't know. Paris Campbell does have some speed though. He ran a 4.3 coming into the NFL. So if he can get some of those deep balls and get open, I think he can benefit from this offense, man. I think he can benefit from a little bit of that move around game. If he still got the speed like he had before, this would be a good offense for him. I like the pickup.
Yep, Trey.
I didn't even know we picked up Paris Campbell. This is sneaky good pickup. They calling this a down year for a third wide receiver. 60 catches, 661 yards. That's good in my book for a third wide receiver.
No, that's not what he had last year. That's what he had in
2
2022.
years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. But Paris Campbell, I watched him. He came out of Miami, if I'm not mistaken, right? He
Yeah.
was he was Miami product. All right.
Yeah.
So he came in. He had high potential. Couple landing spots he really didn't. I mean, fit in, I guess, or something like that. But if he could get back to form, this is a sneaky good pickup because now we have that speed that I was just talking about when we was talking about Devontae Parker. Because this dude, he really can run.
That's why I was looking crazy when he said it, bro. I was like, I mean, we did
State?
get one guy,
Oh,
but
okay.
he said he didn't even know. So Ohio
Yeah,
State, yeah, it was Ohio State.
that was Ohio State. My fault. Yeah, Ohio State. My fault, Mom. He played over there with Noah Brown and all of them, I think. But like I said, this is a sneaky good pickup because I didn't know they even grabbed Paris Campbell. He could fit in at that 3. He could be a good gadget player and he can stretch the field. So like I said, if he's healthy and he's back into like actual football form, I feel like this would be a good pickup with him at the 3 and Devontae Parker at the 4 being that kind of screen blocking type wide receiver. I feel like this will work magic for real. I gotta start like paying attention to the off season a little bit more.
Yeah. What up, Seth? Oh, by the way, before you finish, Trey, me, Smitty, and King DB, we talked on Broad Street Aftermath. We're talking about going to the Dallas game here in Philly. So if you and Trey want to go, you guys can join us.
I go to the Dallas game in Philly every year, so I'll be there.
There you go. All we need is Moan.
She said she going anyway, so.
Yep. So go ahead, Trey. Finish up.
Nah, I was just saying, bro. Like I said, if Paris Campbell could get back into like Paris Campbell type form, this is nasty offense, bro. Because you got every element now. You got Saquon Barkley running and catching out the backfield. A.J. Brown doing all his thing. Devontae, Dallas Goedert, if he could stay healthy. Then you got Paris Campbell. He's going to play in the slot, so 9 times out of 10, he's going to be matched up with the third best wide receiver or a linebacker or a safety. Oh my God, this could be dangerous if we play this right. If Kellen Moore put his offense together like we think he can, this offense could be dangerous.
Yep. And finally, Howie Roseman talked about quarterback Kenny Pickett. He said, Jalen freaking Hurts is our franchise quarterback. We have tremendous faith and trust in him. We communicated with him about anything. We're doing like we do with a bunch of our players. I don't think there is any team that invests more in the backup quarterback position. As Jeffrey Lurie likes to say, the second quarterback, we have tremendous hope as well for Tanner McKinney. I think Tanner has phenomenal preseason in 2023. He's a very talented guy. Kenny is a talented guy that obviously, like all quarterbacks, we do work on. You never know when you will have the opportunity to get those guys to build depth on our roster. So go ahead, King.
I mean, a lot of people has the mindset that Kenny Pickett, was trash. Just like myself, I'm included in that. I thought that, but I look back at some of the tape, some of the things, wasn't all him. Some of the things that he did was like frustration throws. Um, he's going to be QB2. God forbid nothing happens to QB1 and Jalen Hurts. I am excited to see if you know what he could do in training camp, honestly, to see if he is battling with a Tanner McKee or even the Will Greer, or Will Greer is just here for, you know, quarterback support. You know what I'm saying? Because he played in this offense. Um, it's a lot to unlock with Kenny Pickett because you really don't know until you know. But you know, I'm all for it. You know, if he has high hopes for Kenny Pickett, so that's all I could go off of.
Yep. Smitty?
I don't know. I'm trying my best, like not to judge him for
I'm
what he
trying to
did
stay
in
positive.
Pittsburgh.
That's it.
Like I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. I don't know. Trey can go.
Yep. Go ahead, Trey.
Um, he coming in. He coming in with like zero expectations, so I like the pick. I don't feel like Kenny Pickett is a horrible quarterback. I feel like he was kind of forced into a role that he wasn't ready for. That's all. Even me coming out of college, I said, okay, this dude is good. He got a few flaws, and you've seen him in college, but stepping into that Pittsburgh role, trying to follow at the Ben Roethlisberger, nothing was going to be good. Nobody was going to waste a lot of time on you. You had to be Big Ben rookie season from day one, or they not going to appreciate no quarterback over there. So, um, I felt like he was dealt a bad hand. Now you get a chance to sit over here, take a little breather, watch the game from the sideline, and I mean improve. Dude really was a highly sought out quarterback coming out of college. So I don't feel like all the scouts, all the media, all that was wrong about this dude. I feel like he can be a good quarterback. It's just now he gets to take a breather. Now he has to step in and play some quarterback for us. He could put some good film on the board, and hopefully he a young guy. Hopefully he'd be a starter again someday in the NFL. But hopefully we don't never got to see him either. Hopefully Jalen stays healthy all season, and we never had to see Kenny Pickett touch the field. So I mean, I don't feel like it was a bad pickup. Man, that's all I really got to say about it.
Mm-hmm. And finally, because we talked about this on Broad Street Aftermath, Trey, your top 5 draft needs when it comes to the NFL draft. You know, your top 5.
Top five draft needs. Number
Mm-hmm.
one is to me is corner. We going corner number one. Feel like we need a big physical corner that can, I mean, with some speed on him, and he fit that. That really fits this Vic Fangio defense. Number two, linebacker. We definitely need to add to the linebacker depth. Three, we could go offensive line because we did lose Jason Kelsey, and that kind of shakes up the offensive line. Now you got to move. What's the dude name? Can't remember his name right now. The center.
Cam Jurgen?
Yeah,
What's the
Jurgens.
center name?
Jurgens.
Jurgens. Now you got to move Jurgens in the center. Got to fill that guard spot. Um, Bar injury, we gonna need probably another left tackle to sit behind uh Malata, right to sit behind Lane. So I wouldn't mind going offensive line at three. Um, we can add to that defensive line rotation. I know it's a little deep right now, but we still can add another defensive lineman. That's four. And five, I'm going to go running back because we definitely need another running back behind Saquon Barkley. So that's my top five right there.
There you go. And with that, let's go ahead and wrap up and give our final thoughts. So start us off, King.
I mean, look, man. Week in and week out, we here. We're gonna be talking about Eagles the draft. We're gonna be talking about player news, players that's gonna come here, players that we like to see. Um, you know, who we think is going to make the roster, anything like that. So you want to subscribe to all channels. You want to subscribe definitely to the Birds of Broad Street channel. Everybody got shows going on. We got the Broad Street Aftermath. We got the uh, Birds of Broad Street. Also Inside the Nest with Smitty. I go live every Friday. Myself, and then right now it's call-ins on Friday, and Smitty has the check down. So we got shows going on, and then I also do starting back up to do my recording videos. So as always, it's always fly equals fly, man. Thanks to all the supporters that we have, and then go birds.
Yep. Smitty?
No man, it's been love watching the off season. Uh, it's good to see your team looking to improve and get better. So I'm just waiting for things to roll out. But yeah, Saturday, noon, on my channel, 4133 the podcast. We're doing a 10-team mock draft part 3. So we're gonna have 10 new teams, 10 new players. I think it's like 3 guys coming back that y'all seen before. So y'all want to pop out, man, and support the Eagles and tell me who to draft. I'm probably gonna move up in the draft. I'm probably gonna do something crazy. Y'all know how I do it, but yeah, Saturday noon, pop out. Appreciate y'all. Go birds, fly Eagles, fly.
Yep. Trigger?
It's always exciting when I'm up here with my brothers, man. We probably fight, argue, all that, but at the end of the day, it's all love. Different opinions do count. Everybody's opinions count. And look, bro, this gonna happen all the way up until January. Super Bowl or not, bro. We do this every week, every Monday. I gotta get back into my content, man. I've been a little busy, but I'm gonna get back at it. And look, bro, like I said, it's all off season. Everything I hype right now. We never know how it's gonna play out, what's gonna happen, who's gonna be here by the time the season start. None of that. So it's all like expectations right now, and
You
I'm
family
loving
too,
it. I
sis.
can't
You
wait to the
family
draft.
too, sis. Don't forget, you family too.
Yeah, Mom, my fault, Mom. These are my brothers and my sister, Mom. I apologize, but like I said, it's all family, it's all love, bro. Like we had fun with this, man, and fly Eagles, fly, bro. Your boy One
Yep.
Tree Rock, my dad.
Yep. Guys, this is a family on here, as you can clearly see, because I'm not going to forget my sis. It's a family here on Broad Street, man, and it's only because of you guys. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, comment to all of our channels. You just heard we'll all be at the Dallas game here in Philly, the whole crew. But it'll only work if y'all help us out and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, comment to all of our channels. So we will see y'all next week. We'll see y'all Sunday. Ramon, King DV, Trigger, Smitty, and your boy. Fly Eagles Fly, Go Birds, lights out.
No one lies, we don't care. We'll sincerely care.